In this video, I'm going to speak about the cycle of Samsara, which is the cycle of conditioned existence, meaning basically that you're stuck in it until your karma runs out. And by karma, all Buddhists mean is cause and effect. So, in its very, very basic terms, it basically means that what you do will have a consequence. So this cycle, there is 6 realms. There is the gods, there is the demigods, there is humans right in the middle, animals, and hungry ghosts and hell. So there's 6. There is a main karmic cause for each of the realms. So the gods are full of delusion and pride because they don't realise that just because they're gods, they're still mortal, they're still going to die. And they often realise that really, really late in their life, when it's quite hard to make up for everything they've done. And despite them being in beautiful gardens full of bliss and living life, they do basically realise too late that they will die too, and that karma will catch up with them. There is the demigods, and in the actual painting of the 6 realms, the roots of a tree which bears fruits is in the demigod's realm, but the actual fruits of the tree go up to the god's realm, which the gods eat and take pleasure in. The demigods in turn spend their life being jealous and wanting to taste those fruits, and they don't focus on much else but fighting and arguing with the gods. They're in constant envy, and their main karmic cause is jealousy. Then there's humans, that's us, we're right beneath the demigods, and despite not being in those realms, which might sound better, we are actually the most lucky realm, because we have the knowledge and realisation that there is a Buddha, and that there is enlightenment, and that we can reach it, that it is there for us. The mere fact that you're watching this right now and educating yourself on it is what makes humans the best realm. That's what Buddhists believe anyway. And despite there being 8 forms of misery, which is birth, illness, old age, death, separation, not having what we want, fear of loss of possessions, and meeting people we dislike, we are the most fortunate because we can overcome them through mindfulness and through teaching ourselves about how wisdom and compassion can be developed. However, the main karmic cause for us is desire. It often is just how humans are. We desire something, we want something, and we go get it, despite it not making us the best person we can possibly be, nor even changing us sometimes to a better being. The next realm is animals, and their main dominant karmic cause is aggression towards each other. Predators, prey, scared of being eaten, scared of not having anything to eat. The animal world just seems to be an ongoing cycle in itself, and it is quite hard to educate yourself, being an animal, about Buddhism and about the truths that we need to know in order to move up in the cycle of conditioned existence. The next realm is the hungry ghosts, and the main idea in the hungry ghost realm is greed. That's their dominant karmic cause, which makes them want something they physically cannot have. So what the hungry ghosts look like is this. I'll put a picture up. Really long necks, really thin necks that they can't process food through, and huge empty bellies. Another kind of bit of the realm is that urine and vomit is what water and food turns into. It's quite a horrifying image. And then we go into the hells where people are bodies are ripped up, sewn together, burnt. So there's 8 hot hells and there's 8 cold hells and 2 auxiliary hells, which are deep, deep, deep inside the earth. And it's just not a very pretty picture at all. So the idea of samsara and the cycle of rebirth into these realms is all due to the karma we carry needing to run out. So just because we die doesn't mean we have a fresh, clean slate in our new life. That's not how it works in Buddhism at all. It's not reincarnation like in Christianity or other religions. So when one dies of the body that they're currently in, the energies stored inside them decide the next life that they will live. We also have to consider the nature of realms and whether to view them psychologically or to view them as actual dimensions, places, worlds. So if we view them as a world, that could be in this universe, as our realm is humans, but it could also be a different dimension, such as gods. We don't see them on the daily basis, nor do we see the demigods. We see animals, which is this universe, that realm is present in ours as well, but nor do we see the hells or hungry ghost realm. If we consider them psychologically as mental states rather than actual dimensions in this or other universes, we see that if the realm of the gods is taken, and we have an example of a really rich, well-off man who's the owner of a huge law firm in New York, has all the material goods he could possibly ask for, and feels like there is nothing wrong whatsoever with his life and that he cannot make it any better. He feels like he's made it. What he doesn't realise is, just as the gods in their realm, that's not everything to life. The bliss and the joy of outward features that we take pleasure in is nothing if we don't think deeply into our existence and understand that there is more to this and the next life that we have to make up for ourselves. So if this man, the owner of the law firm in New York City, doesn't realise until the end of his life that there is an enlightenment that he has to reach in order to have a peaceful next life, he is very much like the God realm in a psychological sense.